My student number is 99195176. In this video, I'll be talking about the three major challenges I faced in this assignment. Starting with the first challenge, when I first tried to implement the graph, I kept getting confused about each vertex weight and edge weight. I started implementing using adjacency list of map, but later it got more complicated as I had no previous experience with map and how to get index of each key value pair. So after some hours of struggle, I moved back to using vector instead of map, as it was way more easier to get index of a specific vertex in vector than a map. The second challenge I faced was const keyword in most functions. Though I am an intermediate C++ learner, I am still learning and practicing it. I faced it that in most of the functions there is const keyword, and I had no idea previously why there is a const keyword in these functions. I encountered this keyword first when I tried to create my custom function. Initially, I simply copied the function signature from the given list of functions and started implementing this. When I compiled a few times, it kept showing me errors about something called f permissive and const error. So I googled it, unfortunately did not find any answer, and decided to remove const keyword in other functions such as reachable and contents cycle, and it finally worked. The third challenge that I faced in this assignment, which was the most uh, difficult one that took hours and days of practice and struggle, was when I was trying to implement depth first search and breadth first search. I went through the lecture slides again and figured it was much easier to use recursive algorithm more than using stack and queue. So I tried to replicate the pseudocode from lecture, but it did not work, unfortunately. So I tried to understand what was going on, and it is so difficult to wrap your head around recursive algorithm. So I decided to use iterative approach, and it worked in the first attempt. Using the same approach for tree algorithms, I used iterative approach and find myself struggling to get left and right child of a root vertex. I tried to Google that problem too and learned a couple of them and tried, but with no luck, I kept getting unsuccessful attempts. After several days of struggle, I tried to debug it by writing a couple of custom codes in main function. I tried outputting several counts in several stages of pre-order and in order, and the problem was not checking if current root vertex has children. That was an error that I was facing the most. So I checked if that vertex has more than an adjacent vertex and that adjacent vertex is not already in previous order vector, and it finally compiled.